One other thing we could do just to add a little bit more spice, let's go into our base here and let's add a new cube. And let's do maybe like 90. Cool. And we'll scale it on the X. I think just like a skinny little divider, essentially. Maybe scale it on the Y, almost to the edges, just right there. And then let's Shift D. So I just duplicated it. And then now we're going to rotate on the Z 90 degrees. And that's just going to give us a nice little... Actually, let's change that. So what we're going to do is just make a little, maybe scale it on the X-axis. So just scale it on the Y, down. Well, let's move it over. And scale it on the Y. Move it over. So this is just going to be like a little divider. It's way too tall, so let's scale on the Z. And we're only going to do this on the base. So maybe somewhere in there. Notice here, so it's right up at the top. And then maybe we grab just this edge and scale that just a little bit into the spacer. We don't want to go too deep into the spacer. You know, we don't want to hit our filament hole there, but just a little bit, just so it's kind of covered up. And now we can go back to object mode and actually let's make it a little bit smaller. So let's select all and then scale on the Z, just scale it down and then grab it up here. And we'll go into side view and into wireframe mode. And notice it's like all the way to the bottom. We don't want that. We just want it just a little notch into the base there. Yeah, like that. So that will give us a nice little kind of like a spacer or divider. So now let's add a mirror modifier. And we will mirror across the base. And absolutely nothing happened. Maybe we do. Oh, there it is. So we're on the X. So let's just do Y. That looks good. And now let's shift click or click on the divider here and then shift click on the base, and then we'll do control minus, and there we go. We've got a nice little cutout there, you know, just something simple just to add a little bit of depth and, you know, just a little break it up, you know, just break it up just a little bit. And then we'll do the exact same thing for the other one. So let's grab our dividers. Let's go ahead and name them dividers. So we've got our cube. This is actually our dividers. Our spacer can go, you know, shift, hold shift and drop this. You drop in to set the parent to the base. And then the top, we'll do the same thing. Just shift, click that into there. And then for the dividers, let's duplicate that real quick. So we'll just do Shift D, click to accept, and then we'll rotate on the Z 90 degrees. It's kind of hard to see. Let me turn this on so you can see what I'm doing here. So when it first came in, it was like this. It was mirrored on the Y, but we want to mirror on the X like that. And then from there, we can take our dividers, shift click onto our base, and then do control minus just like before. Now we've got everything cut out the way we want it. And now what we can do is kind of look at our text, make sure we've got it spaced where we want. That still looks pretty good. I think this truth could move over just a little bit. This one too. Dare looks a little crooked to me. Just kind of even it up. And I'm just eyeballing it. You know, you can do however you want. There are no rules here. There. So now we've got that. We've got a nice little spinner. And got everything looking pretty good.